I'm your dietitian.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice
Yeah,
to meet you.
the doctor's saying that I'm not doing really well with my phosphorus, so he wanted me to come in and kind of get an overview of it to make sure that I know what exactly I'm supposed to avoid and what I'm watching for.
Right. So from what I understand, you have type 2 diabetes, and you struggle to manage that a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of at this point where I'm watching my phosphorus and my fluids.
Okay. So what exactly are you struggling
I don't
with?
know. I'm eating, breakfast is pretty solid. It's an egg with wheat toast, and sometimes I do slip up and have a little bit of bacon, orange juice, and then at lunch, usually a sandwich. I usually do about 3 or 4 ounces of meat, sometimes some cheese, sometimes not, depending on, how hungry I am, fruit. And then at nighttime, pretty much a full meal. I'm kind of a meat and potatoes gal, so I like steak, potatoes, green beans, those kinds of foods.
Okay. So in this packet here, we have a list of the phosphorus amounts in food.
Oh, okay. That'll be really helpful.
Yeah, and from what you told me, generally meats and cheeses and dairy are higher in phosphorus than a lot of other things. So it sounds like that may be where you're going wrong.
Okay.
So it could be helpful for you to just keep track as you go through the day.
Oh, okay. You've got it highlighted. That'll be really
Yep,
helpful.
Bold for high amounts, and on the very last page we have substitutes.
So if I stick with the unbolded, do you think that that would be a possibility, or is it serving sizes?
It's definitely both. You definitely want to make sure, so if this says, 165 milligrams of phosphorus for 3 ounces, if you're having maybe a 6-ounce steak or burger, then that's going to be double. So you have to keep that in mind.
Now, how many milligrams total do I want for the day?
You're going to want about 800 to 1,000 milligrams
Okay.
for the day.
So that'll be a good marker.
Yeah, that can add up quickly depending on what
easily
you're
with my
eating.
meats.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to cut back on the meats to a normal serving size so that I don't go over in my phosphorus level.
Right. And on the renal diet, you're going to be, the rule of thumb is that usually high protein foods are high phosphorus foods. So you're going to be wanting to back off your protein anyway for the renal diet and to avoid any more damage. So, you're going to be killing 2 birds.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 birds with 1 stone there, taking back the protein and also the phosphorus at the same time.
Okay.
So
if I cut back on the meat, that pretty much will do it. I can, no other concerns really.
I think that sounds like the biggest one, but you still will want to be using a resource like this to keep track of it throughout the day. It might help to have, with your carbs, you have a target of this many carbs at each meal. It will help to split it up that way, split up your phosphorus so you know you're on track. Because if you have maybe a 500 milligram breakfast, that's going to throw you off for the rest of the day.
Definitely.
And here
that
you don't
would leave
have
me
insulin.
with just half.
Right. You don't have insulin to correct
Get rid of it. Yeah.
So,
and would I have any signs that I'm going over other than just, counting? Would there be any, like, blurred vision or symptoms of high phosphorus intake?
I think, well, what happens is when your phosphorus goes over, your phosphorus and calcium are in balance, but when your phosphorus is too high, then your calcium is going to be low, and your body pulls the calcium from your bones to try to balance it out. So you may be experiencing more bone pain and aching.
Okay.
You might literally be feeling the calcium being pulled out. So that may be a sign. And we'll also want to do labs for you.
Oh, okay.
To see how you're doing, and
Will
hopefully.
you like my report card?
Mm-hmm. Yep. To see if your phosphorus is dropping down as you start to make changes.
And what is the reasonable time for this to correct? If I start doing the plan now, how soon would it be in the normal range?
I think it depends on the person and how high it is. But I think phosphorus levels are known to change within the same day.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty quick.
It should be one of those markers that within a week, if you're following well, we should be able to see some changes.
And if I cheat and accidentally go over, would that cause the lab value that they get the next time to be off?
It may, depends on how far over, but we're really looking for consistency. You know, maybe one day you might have 1,200 or 1,300, another day you might have 600 or 700. So it's generally what, you know, what you do every day matters more than what you do every once in a while. So
Okay, so if
we're
I
looking at
keep
the
it up for
trend.
the most part?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, and if I have problems with it where I'm thinking, okay, I just can't follow a low phosphorus plan, I mean, can I just take a pill? Is there some type of medication that'll get rid of this phosphorus?
Yes, we are going to prescribe you with a phosphate binder, and what that is, it's a pill that you will take with your food, whether you're having a meal or a snack, whenever you're having food, and it binds with the phosphorus, locks it in there, and your body's going to get rid of it, because right now your kidneys don't have the ability to pick up the phosphorus and get rid of it. That's why it's so high in your body. So the phosphate binders will be a really good tool for you
Okay,
in that
and
way.
why then would I have to watch my phosphorus if that's gonna take it out of my system?
We want to be getting at this problem from a lot of different levels. So you're going to want to reduce it in your food, use the phosphate binders, because, you know, these are just approximate amounts. You know,
Okay.
maybe you think you're having 3 ounces, but you're having 5, or maybe these values are even off. So these are just approximations. So we're doing the best we can, and we're realizing that it's not going to be perfect for this. So what you think you might be in your range, you may not. Those phosphate binders will help.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate all this information, and if I have a problem or if my levels come back bad, can I come back and visit with you?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
And we can, hopefully, next time phosphorus levels will be down, and if not, we can revisit and see what else we need to do
Okay,
to
great.
work on it.
Thank you.
Thanks.